Ladies and gentlemen, the time is almost here for Dragon's Dogma II, the end of March 2024. It's been so many years since I played the original game, and many of my subscribers have come from the many videos I did of Dragon's Dogma way back when. Way back when I had a decent relationship with Capcom. Yeah. Fast forward to 2024, and wow, it seems such a long time ago. So because it's a third-person action game, you really want to spend the time to create your arisen character and make them look as cool and as funky as possible. I should have gone and looked at the presets, really, shouldn't I, first? Let's go back. Can I do that? No. Excuse me. Right, choose a preset. Excuse me, ladies. God almighty. Right. Choose the body type. So obviously male, female. Got all those to choose from. Let's choose this female here. Feminine human. I mean, she doesn't look anything untowards. Quite standard fare. Let's go back, and we'll go back to create a new preset. So we don't need to look at all those. So male, female, animalistic, which is cool. So it's human, female for the time being. Now choose a body shape. You've got all these different sizes. You're going to go for just pretty much an average size human. I think that one's a bit small. Yeah, I think the first one sort of covers all bases. I think that one might be a bit bigger. We'll go with that one there. Okay. Okay then. Right, what have we got here? Well, the first thing I'm going to have to say is the character model does look much better than what it did before. Obviously, it's been some years. These are like the preset heads that you can just quickly jump in on. I mean, to be fair, in the game, you're probably going to be wearing a helmet. You're not going to be spending so much time actually looking at the face of the character. Maybe in cutscenes, perhaps. But it's not something that you're going to be spending much time looking at. You're going to be looking at the back of their head, mostly. So just looking at these presets, as in most character creation games, most of them are looking pretty, yeah. I'm not even going to use the word. Oh, there you go. There's my mother. Yeah, most of them are looking pretty, scary. There you go. That's a good word. Scary. Really scary. So it seems like they go from young to old, if I've got this right. So yeah. So use a base head. So this is really what you should be looking at to look at the skin tone that you're after. But I think you could probably swap that. I like that face there. That's kind of cute. Yeah, we'll use that as a template for now. Right, now change the hair. Ooh. I mean, obviously the character's a warrior. Not a fashion model. But obviously I like my gaming characters to look very nice. Oh wow, is that the only hair options that are available? Well, that's not very much. I'll go with that one there. Kind of like that. Now there's an option to customize. Would you like to customize further? Hang on. Oops. Base head. Good, right, that's fine. Well, we've gone back again. Like customize. What can you do? Right, here we go. Head. I mean, I'm not really going to go too deeply on it. I'm just showing you what sort of things you can do. Right, first things first. The most important part of the game. Get those boobs massive. Well, not too massive, but as big as they can go, almost. Yeah, whatever. They got to fit, man. The size of the body. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I can't see much difference in that. I mean, you can go completely crazy waist width, stuff like that. Big thighs, make a big, mad, chunky character. I mean, the original game, I think the warrior class characters was kind of a bit chunky. But we're just going to keep, for this video, we're going to keep her kind of fairly normal looking. I mean, I'm going to keep her quite slender, bring in that waist. Can you change the glute size? Rear, oh, they're calling it a rear. The rear. It's actually called glutes or butt. Bottom. The rear. Bringing up the rear, Captain. Okay. That's fine. Calf size, yep. That all looks well proportionate, I think. Yes. Okay, cool. Confirm. What posture? So I've been reading about posture. Right, before we do any of that, height is fine. Make her about that tall. Torso length, that's fine. Muscle style. Not really bothered about that. Trap size. No, not really bothered about. I mean, you can make some really goofy stuff with that. The head, though. No, don't need any of that. No. Let's just zoom in a little bit so we can see that. I mean, I think she's quite cool as a character. I think we're going to come to her facial features in a minute. Right, so skin tone, base skin. Start messing around with the different ages. Keep her young, sorry, and then different tones. But I was quite happy with her tone. Yeah, that's fine for me. Wrinkles, just make her just kind of smooth looking. I mean, if you want to go, they're very subtle. I mean, these are sort of differences that you would not really notice outside of a cutscene, and that's if they actually show any of this in a cutscene, like the character up close like this. But it's good to see that. So you got these brow angle, eyes. So it's quite a detailed. Right, so I'm very big on customization of the eyes and these sort of things. So I'm going to just bring her eyes to be a bit more or less angled. Eye size is okay. Make it slightly bigger. Eye height is fine for the shape of her head. I think they got that right. But the nose needs a real bit of a... the bump. Definitely the bump needs to come in. No, not like that. She needs to just, yeah, that's a bit better, but she needs to have that nose pushed back a little bit. Oh, not the height. Oh, it says length that way, so it's length. And it's good that they've got the little markers there to show you. Just bring that bridge width in a little bit. Bridge height, no, that's fine. Bridge bump, nostril size, bring those in slightly. So they've got the little bit there to show you where the original place was for this character. Look there on that line there, that'll put it back. So if you make edits and you've gone a bit too far, you can just see where you've gone there. And if we change the nostril height, you can do that snarling face, or lower it down, make it a bit softer. But I quite like where they were. Actually, just fairly there. Width is quite important, so bring those in, bring those out. I mean, you can kind of get very different looks by playing with that. But as I always say in these games, right, this is really important now, the tip. Pinocchio. See, no, you wouldn't look at this. I say this in every editor that I do. If you look at a character head on, the tip, you wouldn't even notice that. You're like, oh yeah, this looks fine, it looks great. And then you look at the profile, oh, what happened? Yeah, so you've really got to make sure that you rotate the character so you can see all these sort of nuances that you may not necessarily notice. Yeah, that's cool, like that. Slight bit of height there. Tip sharpness. Yeah, see, all these games have different names for these, so you can make a bulbous tip like that, make it slightly there, so just bring that in. Yeah, she's great so far. Just spin her around. I mean, I've put that nose bump, I've lifted up her tip angle, and you can bring that down like that. It does change the look of her face quite a lot, so we're just going to bring it up like that. Just keep it like that. The tip could be a little bit smaller, I think. Tip sharpness, I think that's probably the one. Yeah, just no, I like it like that, bit slightly wider. Yeah. Right, look how much time I've just spent on just doing the nose. Yeah, that's a bit particular. Anyway, eyes, I want to change the eye color. How can I do that? Oh, there's a button to change the lighting, so you can get a different flavor of your character. That's pretty cool. Yeah, just keep the lighting. Oh, basically it's just spinning the sun round. Okay, that's cool. Right, what we got here? I'd like to change the eye color. Yeah, she's very cool now, but I want to do a little bit more. Ears, I don't generally bother with ears. Cheeks is very important for me. Like neck thickness. And it's good that it's highlighting. Reminds me of the old EA stuff, so you can make her look really gaunt like that. Just a little bit. Pull those cheeks in a little bit. Neck fat and stuff like that. Cheeks height. No, I think she's fine. I think her nose could possibly come out a little bit more. It's a little bit stubby, the nose tip. Cheeks width. No, I think she's fine. I think her eyes now need to just come slightly wider apart. So you can just go back. Eye width. Just bring that slightly. Oops. Slightly. I mean, when you start editing faces, it's really important to just focus on your Y shape. The slightest bit that goes out can really change the look of the character. I mean, she's really gorgeous now. I think now, but on a front view. Wait until I do the eyebrows. The nose, though, I'm not happy with. It's a bit chunky, and the lips as well. So, but I think that's cool for me right now, like that. It looks much better. The nose, what would I say? The nose tip, the length. Was it? No, it's not the length. It was the nose tip depth. Was it the tip depth? I think it was. Yes, Pinocchio. Right. I don't want it too stubby. Bring that out a little bit more. Not too much. About there. Yeah, that's better. And the slope of the bridge is fine. I like that little bump on the nose. I think that's quite cool. Yeah, that's good. I'm happy with that. Right, lips. Mouth height. Again, that's really important for me. I hate that kind of orc look. Sorry, people that have that sort of look to themselves, but in a video game character, it just reminds me so much of an orc. Massive gap between the septum and the top lip. No, for me, it's got to be in the right place somewhere, but not too high because it looks like putting a funny face. So you've got to get it right in somewhere in the middle. So that I don't think there's any science to it. Obviously, it's personal preference, but I think that's probably about right, which is width and all that, that's fine. But when you look at her on the profile, you need to make sure that it's not protrusion. So you can bring it in, so she looks like that. Again, you wouldn't notice it on a front view, or you can pucker them out like that. Oh, baby. So somewhere in the middle, like there, I think is suitable for me. You don't want to pull in duck face either. Lower lip position, so you can bring that up or lower that down to give her a fat bottom lip. Look at that. Oh gosh. Yeah, so just bring it in slightly like that. Yeah, I think she's cool. Now I need to mouth corners. That's probably to bring them up so she's smiley. Hello. She's a happy character, or she's very don't mess with me. But obviously this is a permanent. There's no sort of expression. So if you mess around with that too much, when there are any expressions, if you get to see that, then oh look, she's naturally smiley face. That's very nice. Right, jaw and chin, very important. Jaw and chin can make your girl look manly with a big defined jaw. I think she looks actually quite rounded, and I like that. I'm thinking about the chin a little bit. could sort of bring that out slightly, but I don't want to look into. So that chin now looks kind of a bit bigger. Like if you do that now, it's like she kind of looks quite manly. So bringing it in just just slightly below where it was there, just sort of, it's a bit softer. There you go. Chin width. You can bring that in, but it sort of becomes a bit pointed. So I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy with her. The way she looks. Change the height. Give her a bigger. Yeah, just keep that there, about there. I mean, it depends on where you're going to put the lips as well. The lip height makes a big difference. Well, I'm actually quite happy with how she's looking. I mean, you can bring the jaw inwards. If you bring it outwards, she's got a bit of a rounder face. Bring it inwards, and she's kind of got a bit less, a bit more angular. Yeah, I think that's great now. Okay, I think we're good with this now. Let's go back. All right, cheeks, done all that. All right, the brow. We've done all the skin. Head is fine. Eye whip's fine. I just want to change the eye colour. I think her eyebrows are fine. I mean, you could space them out a little bit like that, just to give them a bit of. If you look on the side view, you could. No, I think she's good. I mean, you could angle the eyebrows. That's an interesting one, because you can make someone look, oh no, don't hurt me, or hey, fuck off, man. Yeah, but remember, this is a permanent look with no expression. So someone with us naturally sort of it's quite interesting how as a human being we sort of pick up these facial expressions, and it's sort of it's an indication of the person's mood and temperament and what they're thinking, and just a simple thing like that can sort of make a really big difference. So she's quite a really soft character, isn't she now? I mean, that's good that you can change the outer angles as well. I think the brow height is fine. I don't need to change that. So looking at her now, I think her lips might be a little bit too high up on her face. So let me just quickly change that. I mean, this is the first time I've played this editor. So I'm just learning as we go along. Just lower that a little bit down like that. I think very subtle movements. Right, I think she's pretty good to go. I just want to change her eye colour. How do I do that? Let's have a quick look, because that's really, really, really important. Right, both eyes. Yep, eye colour. Right, so you go. Look, we cycle through. Oh, that's a nice colour. Often I go for blue. Like that, or sort of slightly different shade of blue, but brown suits her really nicely for her skin tone. You really got to pay that attention to that. The skin tone and the eye colour should sort of match up, and you've got to think about people's nationalities, and their the most common eye colour in the world is brown, apparently, but there's different shades of brown. I mean, that's a very piercing brown colour. That's probably your most common brown eye colour. See, and I think that really suits her dark hair, the colour of her hair, and her skin tone, that sort of brown colour. So I'm actually going to stay with that colour for now. I don't think I'm going to swap to the bluey sort of colour that I normally do. Then you've got all these other stuff here, unnecessary right now. That's fine. I'm good with this. Eyelashes, right, you know I love to have lots of girly features. Root tip blend, density, yeah, make them really thick eyelashes. Keep them black, yeah, that's fine for me. Right, a bit of makeup. Ooh, that was brooding and dark, and not getting too many selections here. I think that one's quite subtle there. Don't want it too thick. Keep it dark. Guy shadow, colours, metallic. I mean, there's all these other things you can work with. Remember, this is a game set in ancient fantasy times, not modern max factor time scale. I think I'm not even going to bother with any of these. I think the only thing she really needs is some cheek and lips, just to get right. Those there, and then change the colour to a bit more of a reddish blush like that. Oh, now she's looking really sexy. Yeah. And then the lips. So I want her to have like shiny lips. Oh, doesn't she look really great now? Sort of gothic looking with that sort of colour, but we want a bit lighter red or sort of pinkish salmon sort of colour. That sort of colour to suit her skin. You know, you got people that get paid a lot of money to match up makeup to your specific hair and skin tone, and obviously I'm not one of them, but I sort of have looks that I kind of enjoy. Like that, for example, does not go with that particular person. That's way too intense, a dark red. I mean, you can change. I mean, women change their makeup depending on the occasion. Well, I don't think all women do, but some women do, and depending on what look they've got. And this is a game. This is not a fashion. This is not a catwalk model section. She's going off to a model. What they called? I can't even think what the word is. A fashion show. So she needs to make sure she's well coordinated. Right, cycling through those, I think that's probably... It's not too red, it's not too dark. But I want it a little bit glossy. I think that's probably a gloss. Yeah, so that's a bit matte. And then you just want just a little bit of gloss. So you get a little bit of reflection of the light off there. Yeah, I think anyone listening to this video probably think, Rob, you kind of going a bit too deep. When you, forget the teeth. No one's going to be opening your mouth, love. So we've got the cheek, lips, eyelashes, eyes. I think we need to just go back now and sort out the hair. Now, I'm not interested in tattoos. I mean, that's just, yeah, whatever. Scars and tattoos is whatever. So now I just want to change her hairstyle, because that's not the one I chose. Right, let's bring her back. That's very nice. I think her nose tip's maybe a little bit wide actually now, looking at her face. Like that. Interesting hair. But I think she's fine. Whoa, nice hairstyle. Bit lion-like. Whoa. So, how does this compare to the Cyberpunk 2077 editor? Wow, that's a good question to ask. Basically very similar, aren't they? But there's more options here, that's for sure. Cyberpunk, that's a nice hairstyle for her. I think I might stick with that one. Yeah, that really suits her face, doesn't it? That sort of look there. I'm not even going to go... Right, I think the dark hair as well is good. Okay, I'm happy with that. Next, just change that nose tip just a little bit. It was the nose tip angle, I think it was. No, not the angle. It wasn't the angle. Shit. It was the tip sharpness, I think. That's it. Yeah, that's wider. And just bring it in. That's better, like that. Right. I mean, sometimes you can't tell these things until you're further away. I think she's okay. I think her bottom jaw, a chin could come out more, but I think that's fine. No, I'm happy with her. She's kind of dark looking. Yeah, cool. I'm quite happy with that now. Yeah, I don't think there's anything more I want to do. I mean, obviously I can spend hours and hours doing this. I mean, I'm now looking at her now, looking at her forehead. I could possibly rate... Look, this is where I'll start getting too anal on this. Bring that brow height slightly higher. Slightly. Right? And then eyes, bring those up slightly higher. That's it. That's better. See the difference now? Well, I don't know if you could. But you've got to consider the big slap head. And all her sort of eyes and nose and mouth is all scrunched down to the bottom half of her face. So yeah, I've just moved the brow and the eyes up a little bit. Nose didn't need moving, and neither did the lips. So I think she just looks better now like that. Okay. What's next? So we've done that, Right, we're good to go. I think we're good to go with this character. Finalize. The body's fine. Yeah, body-based vocation, not set. What did I always play? I was always an archer. The archer was brilliant. Do you remember the video I did of shooting that dragon down with that one arrow? It was flying miles away and I managed to hit it and do the final hit on the dragon. It's on the channel somewhere. I'll link it perhaps. It was an amazing video and people was like, oh my gosh. It was so funny and it was trying to escape us. And it was amazing, and I managed to just get that final hit, and you see it falling out of the sky in the far distance, and yeah, crazy. Let's hear these voices. It's like a car horn. That's better. It's feminine. I like the feminine voice. Now look at my character now. She does look beautiful, doesn't she? She's really gorgeous. I am actually going to go out on a limb and say this reminds me a lot of the editor in what's that game? It was from Tecmo Curry. Neo 2. Neo 2. Yes. Neo 2. Neo 2. Right. I am really happy with her now. She looks beautifully gorgeous. I'd jump in bed with her anytime. She's absolutely lovely. So think about how she started off. Rewind the video and see how she started off, and now look at her. What should we call her? Ace? What can we give her our own name? I think Alice is a nice name. Alice is quite a conventional name. Alice suits her, doesn't it? Yeah, Alice the Archer. There you go. Confirm. Finalize and proceed. Let me just go back. Toggle equipment. Oh gosh. Wow. Yeah, Alice the Arisen. Alice the Archer Arisen. Also known as Triple A. Gosh, you couldn't make this shit up, could you? This character is currently set to carry over to Dragons 2. Yes, it will. On the day. Right. When you create a character... Purchase forward and create new character. Right. Anyway, look, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Dragon's Dogma 2 coming out, I think, on March 22nd or thereabouts. Yeah, I hope this has been helpful for you in creating characters. And I have not stopped talking throughout the entire fucking video. But, yeah, whatever. Go and download this yourself from Steam and have a mess around with it. But, Alice, the Arisen Archer, is waiting for you. There's one other thing we need to do. I think we don't really need to go there, but there is the option to change now your pawn, and I think this is probably just the same editor. Let's have a look. Yeah, the pawns are basically the same editor, so yeah, we don't need to do that now. It's fine. Anyway, thanks for watching. And I'll see you on the killing fields.